Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm Clarissa, and in this video we're going to be doing a card reading. So this is specifically for love, for those who are wanting to find out the dynamic between their love, the potential love, what their personality is, their strengths and weaknesses, what they've been through, and how they feel about you and what they want. So first we're going to start off with shuffling the cards to organise which card you'd like to choose from. And if you like the messages in the video, please like, share and subscribe. And again, thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing this channel. I really appreciate it. So let's get into it. Three cards. So now you've seen me shuffle. This is the time to decide which card you want to choose from. 1, 2, or 3. And obviously all the messages may relate to you or one in particular. The one that you've chosen may have more influence at the moment in your life. Okay, so let's start with those who chose card 1. This is the dynamic between you and your partner, and your potential partner. Justice card. This is the major arcana for Libra. So this could be denoting to an air sign. It also could be relating to a sense of balance here with your partner. There could be some need for receptivity between you both. Maybe this is what there's been some issues here where there's been this need to try and balance the situation or balance the energies that you have between you two. Let's see what further we can find here. The 9 of Wands. So there is this need for action. So you could be wanting your partner, your potential partner, to create some actions in your life, to something that shows that you both are moving in the same direction. With the 9 of Wands, it definitely indicates that there is a need for forward movement, and that is not slow, that is ticking away very quickly, is showing that you want something, or maybe they want something from you, but there is this need for balance. So it could be a case where someone is putting more effort into their actions than the other, or they could be feeling like that. They could be feeling like as though they are driving the connection forward, or they're the one that is putting in more effort than the other. The 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is really about growth. Again, the 3 of Pentacles talks about creation. It talks about growing something together, this need for stability, security. That maybe somebody could be putting more financially in than the other person, or there could be different levels of income or points of view in terms of security and stability in your connection. Maybe one person has a belief about something and the other person feels like maybe we don't need everything to be based on finances. Maybe we need to be based on action and passion passion, and another person could be saying we need to build a foundation, we need to make sure things are sturdy, we need to be thinking about what we're going to be creating in the future. So let's have a look at the personality that you're dealing with here. Let's see what comes out in their personality. Okay, what we're dealing with here, with somebody who, really puts in a lot of detail into the things that they want to do. There is, different types of movement here. There is a person that wants to be, has this ability to go through all different types of situations, is very flexible, very mutable. They like to, see the intricacy in things, but it's also as well, this person is thinking about how do they survive in situations, how do they mold themselves into being what's needed to, very much an adaptable person here. This person, they're very, they've got their head screwed on, they're very wise, they do think about things in very intricate detail, they do think deeply, but they maybe have a light-hearted point of view about things, rather than there be this serious tone about how we build for the future. They may just want to feel as though let's live in the moment, let's just enjoy experiences, let's understand what these things mean to us, how they make us feel, let's enjoy the passion and the action. Yeah, this person is also quite cunning. They're quite loyal to the situation, and they're quite loyal to the people around them. They like, to feel that security, that the stability of those around them. It keeps them really strong. It gives them power. Over the Three of Pentacles as well, they do have a want to build a stability, but the way they want to do it is, they want to see what other people are doing, they want to learn from people around them, they want to see what's worked, and this is the way they like to know. They want to feel secure in what's the guarantee in things, what's the strategy in things. They want to know how the security is going to be delivered. What will it look like? Will it be secure? Will it be able to contain all of the things that they want in their life? Okay, let's have a look at their strengths and weaknesses. Okay. you're dealing with someone who's going through a contemplation of having to change their perspective. One of their weaknesses is that they're always trying to change their perspective. They're always having to take a step back to see what things really mean, and then they take their time to get this enlightenment point of view about things. But this is also their strength, because when they actually find this mindset and this understanding, they then stick with it. They then it becomes their new belief, the new way of manifesting. But in the meantime, they definitely spend a lot of time pondering over a situation instead of making decisive decisions there and then. The Wheel of Fortune. So they believe highly in the effort that you put in is what you see the results from that. You're very kind of karmic style mindset, that you don't do things for nothing. you definitely put in the effort to receive what you want in reflection. So this is why they take their time to do things, and in the moment they just enjoy what they're feeling, what they're experiencing. It always seems like a learning process for this individual. Life is just one big journey of learning. So because they understand, they've been through things that makes them understand that you've got to take your time with things. You've got to see how things go, figure out the intricacies, the plan, the strategy. Yeah, Two of Wands. They do think about the future. They do think about where things are going. The mind travels for this person, and they do want someone to go on this journey with, this journey of exploration with. Yeah, and it's almost though they do want the things. Maybe it's the similarity, the things that you want also, but they know there is this need to figure out the details. It doesn't. It's not an overnight plan. Things are always forever in the reach, and this person could be in this cycle of wanting to fulfill their their passion, their dreams, but they're always going through this contemplation. Maybe things always seem to come up in their life where they've got to reassess things again and again, and so this could be the things that are holding them back and making them feel like they don't want to move too fast. But somebody definitely wants some action here. Okay, let's have a look at the things that they've been through. Passion, insane chemistry, like each other equally, and having fun. This is the things that they're looking for. They connect to those who connect with them on a deeper level. They have to feel the energy there between the both of you. They have to feel this passion. Maybe part of the connection is that they absorb some of the passion that you feel. It drives them forward, and they could be a person who is attracted to those who move things forward. And this could be where there is this imbalance, because it's kind of almost compensating for the fact that they move a bit slower, a bit more contemplative with their actions. This is ultimately the end goal of what this person wants. They have a belief in union. The wedding rings is union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. So they've gone through things where it's given them an understanding. They do want union, they do want a soul connection. They know there is a journey to this, and they may be feeling like you are their connection, their soul connection. So they wanted to change different points of view that they have to fit in with the things that you want. And this could be what's stirring. It could be that your actions and the way that you move through life is really inspiring for them, and they can feel like this is what they've wanted, this is the movement that they've needed. Golden mirror, self-absorbed narcissist, one-sided relationship, and love bombing. So again, this goes back to the things that they've gone through and why they take their time with things, because a lot of their situations they've had to learn. There's a karmic lessons here that they've had to go through. You know, they've had to deal with certain individuals that make them see that you know, you have to hold your energy and you have to retain what's for you. And this is why it can be hard for this person to give, because when they've given before, they're, you know, it's almost been the catalyst for certain destructive and narcissistic behaviors. So now they're having to keep contained, but being in your energy and connecting with you is changing the way they feel. But maybe there's some things that are a trigger for them. So if they see too much action or too much vigor, too much let's go, let's do this, it may feel like it makes them a bit more cautionary, like, okay, why is this person being so forward with me, so forceful? It's because you demonstrate passion, and because maybe they don't demonstrate as much passion, they get a bit fearful. So it's almost like the same reason they love the passion is the same reason why they have a caution about the passion. Okay, let's have a look at what they want and how they feel about you. Okay. Earth and ground. So this is sometimes the other side of what they need to see. Outside of this passion, they need to see that there's going to be stability here. There's going to be security here. It's not all fast-paced movement, let's go, this forceful energy. There is this need for grounding as well, because it makes them feel secure. It makes them feel as though they have the ability to see all the detail, which is what they like. You know, there's a cautionary energy about this person. They like to see the intricacies. They're really aware of their surroundings because it helps them develop. Cut the cords. So there could be some things that they want you to leave in your life. There's some things that they of the past. Maybe some of your actions are enforcing this ability to and need to be forceful in the movement, because you want your stability and security in another way, a different version, whereas they want it grounded. You want it with it's things that you can see. Let's move forward in a physical way, whereas they want to move forward in a slower way. So they may be wanting you to cut some of the mindset that they have, and this is also relating to them. They've got to, again, there's got to be this balance between you. One energy is very fast and very heated, you know, the catalyst of action, and the other is very grounded, wanting to move things a bit slower and just wanting to enjoy the moment in the moment. Joy and contentment. Oh, this is beautiful. So ultimately, this is where you both want it to get to. This is what they do feel about you, and this is what they want from you. They want joy and contentment from you. They want the balance. They want to know that it's going to be okay and that you can accommodate both energies. And so this is ultimately the end goal. So I love this for you. Thank you so much. And we're going to move on to card 2. Okay, if you chose card 2, then we got the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a very spiritual card. It's a person who accepts that there is a duality between our physical self and our higher mind, ethereal mind. So they have this deep connection between almost the barriers of life. They understand how we're contained in this life, and they also connect with knowing there is more, there is further in life. So they have a deep connection with the ethereal mind, the ethereal world, and they could be going through a transition at the moment where they're experiencing higher levels of consciousness, higher levels of understanding about the things. They could be going through a transformation here, from one process to another, from a very stable, grounded point of view to having more faith in the ethereal, having more faith in their own intuition. So let's see what else comes out in the general dynamic. The Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is an air card, so you could be dealing with or you yourself could be an air sign. You could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But this is someone who's very decisive in their thoughts. They're very intelligent, thinks about logic, understands the connection between the emotional space and how to interpret their feelings, how to speak their feelings. Sometimes they can be very detached, although they have this wealth of knowledge of emotion. They can be detached from it if they want to get their point of view across. So this here in the dynamic of this union, or this potential connection, is that there is a spiritual divine connection. There is an understanding that you've been brought together in it for the experiences that you're going to be going through. But in this there could be this very logical part of the relationship where words are, they can be containing, they can be freeing. The words are really strong point of view, but underneath there is this union of knowing, union of this is how we are together, this is how we grow together, let's transform this together. What is it that we're trying to learn out of this life? At the moment, one person is really in the space of the mindset, the mentality of the relationship. Judgment here. So Judgment here is Scorpio cards, so you can use Scorpio or Scorpionic type of energy. But again, this is very much the two major arcana cards here. This is very much about allowing one person or both of you to have your say in this relationship. It speaks highly of allowing people the space, the freedom to dive into their own knowing, their own thoughts and what they want in for the future, because it's just almost as though that if it's not allowed, then there's almost a things, the backlash could happen if someone's not allowed the freedom that they want in the relationship. So there is this need to ideas wanting to be going forward, and someone's been getting some real epiphanies about what they should be doing in the future. There could be some business ideas here, and wanting to help people as well go through experience what they've gone through and give them these solutions. And so this could be because it's a divine walk here. Someone's gone through a divine telling of what they need to do, and so there is this need to be open. And so in terms of relationship, it's made a little bit more detached, and someone could be feeling a little bit hurt by this. Okay, let's see the personality of the person you're dealing with. Horse. This is someone who is very, very sturdy in their point of view. They really understand what they've gone through. They've become wise. They've become very graceful in the things that they've gone through. There could have been a previous mindset that was a bit more wild, a bit more uncontrolled, and now they've come into this period of grace where they understand a lot more about themselves, a lot more about their direction, and they're taking it in their stride. There's almost like I just feel like an elegance here, like a graceful point of view that wants to present themselves and has these ideas. Zebra. Again, it's very unique. Maybe someone's quite eccentric. They could be, they just could be just doing their own thing. It's still got an element of the wild, untamed spirit. This very spiritual, ethereal mind. But they present it themselves in a unique way that is through expression. It's through words and through the art of the mind, and maybe they like being this way. Maybe there is a point to them being unique and eclectic. Oh, the Phoenix. This person's gone through a lot, of course, with the High Priestess of the first card, the main card. This person has gone through such experiences that is creating, real awakenings, and now they're showing who they are. Unapologetically, they're showing who they are. They're using the experiences that they've gone through to ultimately help others, be a guiding light to others who have been in the same position. Okay, let's deal with the strengths and weaknesses. Wow, the strengths and weaknesses. So their strength and their weakness is rolled here into one. They could be too strong, or they present themselves as too strong. They could present themselves without any weakness. And so because of that ability to project this strength, they could also be hindering themselves, because when this person maybe needs help, or when they indicate that it's too much for themselves, it doesn't look like that to other people. It looks like they are super in their element, super strong. You know, nothing can affect their aura, nothing can affect their mindset. They may also have a little bit of a stubbornness here, wanting to do things their way, wanting to present themselves in a certain way without the guidance. You know, in the way that they've gained the strength to this point, is that they've done things on their own. They've almost tamed themselves. They've almost like they've become a master of their own energies. But there's still more. You know, energy doesn't contain itself. There's still more that we can learn from outside experiences. Oh yes, this person, they are super concentrating on this process of manifestation. They are using all their tools. It's almost as though these unique ideas that they have, they are a jack of all trades. They can put their mind to anything that they want to do. They can somehow, it seems like, as though they fulfill it. So they are just focused on this manifestation, and this could be some of the issues that are in the connection, because they are so focused on their journey through manifestation, what they present to the world, and what they can give to the world. It doesn't leave room for the emotion in a connection. Okay, let's end the cards. Ten of Swords, because they've been through things that have got them to this point. And when I see Ten of Swords again, there's a lot of things about the mind. They maybe sometimes overexert the mind, and maybe they just put too much thought into it, that they don't leave room for anything else. It's almost as though the mental capacity is so strong, but it's also the thing that holds them back, because they are so sure in their own mindset and their own thoughts. They may not allow the thoughts of others, and because this is based on when they've allowed other people's thoughts to come in, it's also hurt them in some way. It's taken them out of their element, taken them out of who they wanted to grow into. So now they ensure that their thoughts are only for them. It's only they only allow what it is for them. Okay, and let's look at what they have been through. It's leading that way anyway. Love call someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. So they could be wanting to tell you how they express, and maybe the way they express their love to you is in a very it's through messages. It's, you know, maybe they're able to connect with you through digital means instead of the physical presence, because there's a lot of air energy in this reading. So it could be an indication that a lot of your relationship is in the mental space rather than the physical space. So you could be calling each other, or you could be still at the stage where you're messaging each other and expressing love in this way, because it allows this person room to be who they are. Maybe they're slowly having to move into a physical space with you. Photograph. Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. So this is again the things that they've been through. You know, they've had this expression through words. They like to show people what they're doing, and they're looking at what was. You know, they're looking at how things used to be, and they look at your photos and look at the memories that you've had together. You know, for new love, this is, you know, they're wanting to create these memories of you. They want to create these instances where you're together. But there is this block here where they're so in their mind space. Love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. This is ultimately what they want. You know, this is ultimately the things that they've, their ultimate goal. It's almost as though they've been stranded by love in the past. And now they're moving into a space where they really want someone to just love them for who they are. But I feel like there is blocks here, so this is why they move slowly and move through the airspace where it's about messaging, because they want to be loved for who they are, their uniqueness, before they present themselves wholeheartedly in something. And maybe there is a slight detachment here, because there is this testing energy where they really want to see how much a person is in love with who they are. Okay, let's see how they feel about you and what they want. Romance and connection. Again, they love the idea of connecting through the airspace and showing their romantic side. They have the time for this. They have time when it's there. But they ultimately want to embrace this love. If they can just find the love for their uniqueness, they will give all. Yeah, cutting the cords. This came out in 1 as well, so you may want to watch that one if you want to learn deeper messages. This is again, they want something from the past to be detached, and this could speak for both of you. You could be wanting them to, you know, come out of their own mindset and be more longing to the relationship, and they could also be wanting some things from you, ensuring that there could be this hesitation to ensure that all past baggage is gone, because maybe they feel like some things are still there. You can gain a lot of insight into when you have a conversation with somebody, even through the words they don't say. It gives you great information into who they are. learning experience. Yeah, they want you to learn who they are. They want you to learn everything. There's almost like they've gone through such experiences. It's created a pureness, and they want you to connect to this pureness that they have. They want you to be able to understand that the detachment that they have in the connection is not because they don't have emotions for you. They highly have emotions for you, highly. It's just they need a deeper connection. They want you to be on the level that they feel for you, so they can move forward in the physical realm here. Really feeling this one deeply. This is good. Okay, moving on to card 3. So if you chose card 3, then you got the Temperance. They're all major arcana cards. The Temperance is a Sagittarius card, so you could do with Sagittarius, but it really speaks of a relationship that is deep in belief about how things should be. The Temperance is a higher minded card, so there's been a contemplation here. There has been wonder. There could have been, or somebody in a relationship could have felt like they needed to go on almost like a journey, whether that was physical or mental or emotional journey, that they've gone through something that's brought out a wiser version of who they were. They've gone through things. I think maybe the energy of this relationship is become wiser. There's been understanding, there's been ups, downs, ins and outs that's made the relationship become so much wiser when it's set in. Let's get more insight into the dynamics of the relationship. Ace of Wands. So there's a new period now, and there's a new transition that the relationship is experiencing. There has been a defining moment that has happened in this connection where they now want to learn from what they've gone through, learn from the energies that have been in this relationship, and make different moves, make newer moves. It may be the change, the movement and the change, and the catalyst to newer things. So there's definitely a sense of development and growth, meditation over the things that have happened, a wiseness to this relationship. It's developed, it's grown, it's evolved, and now there is this need to introduce newer ideas. What is the new way of doing things, new mindset, new actions. The King of Swords. The King of Swords, the air card, so you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra or Aquarius, but it speaks again to this communication space, being able to interpret the things that you've gone through. Maybe before there was a really hard time trying to communicate how you both felt in the relationship, or how maybe one person was holding back their emotions and they felt like they want to go through some different changes, they want to make some different moves to be able to communicate their thoughts. And so the King of Swords really has, really knows his own mind, really knows the things that they want going forward. And the King of Swords is looking at the Ace of Wands. So maybe there was an energy where the person with the ideas, the person with this understanding about future events, and wants to create new actions. There is something that they want to produce in the future. They've got this vision, these ideas, and they want to take some action. So they're looking at the action aspect. They want to drive things forward now. Okay, let's look at personality. Fox. The fox is someone who they've the fox is someone who is really, they're very strategic. They really know how to get what they want, and they see the value in things that others do not. You know, there is nothing is ever wasteful. Everything has a meaning. Everything is there designed to be of useful for them, you know, and they've gone through this learning process. It's someone who really knows their own mind. And they're wary of getting themselves into situations that does not benefit them. They're very about although they like being part of you know, people around them, they're very about what they want for themselves. They definitely like to think about their needs. They're also very protective with those that they love here. The black egg. So this is really, you know, this is someone who really understands the connection between you know, the things we feel, the things that we want to create. This is the knowing. They have a deep understanding of the things that we don't see. They are connected to this world as well. They're connected to the hidden parts of ourselves, and they know how to use the things we don't say. It's almost like they know the language the language of the things we don't say. So they're like almost like a master of this, and they've gained this almost ability, this wisdom, to be able to just be in someone's presence. You know, it's very intuitive here with the fox as well. The fox and black hair, there's a high intuition. They know how to they know the energies of whatever situation and they're in, and they can maneuver, and then they can you know, spin it so they are the wisest one in the room. The earthworm, yeah, because again, this is another under the surface card. The earthworm speaks of being able to travel through you know, surfaces that others would not explore. They don't mind being seen in a certain way if it means that they can achieve the things that they're going for. They like to be contained in their own energies, in what they know is for them. There's a sense of groundedness here as well, because they understand their environment very well, and in that space of their own environment, they can create all manner of things that others would not be able to understand. Okay, let's have a look at their strengths and weaknesses. Their strength and weakness is that they like to put a lot of effort into growth, but then they like to be in situations where they can leverage other points of views. You know, it could be shared resources. They like to do things where they're leading, and they have those around them that believe in the same vision, believe in the same idea, that they can build in it. So there is this there's an element of shared resources. But I think because it's over the fox, there's been some instances where of trust with people. There's been maybe some things have happened along the way, and so it doesn't have this dynamic as strong as it used to. But there's always somebody that will be willing to believe in the ideas and the thoughts of this individual. The Hierophant is the high octave card of Taurus. So they highly value themselves. They see that what they're going through is a completely divine connection. They've come out of this space of complete and utter, it's almost like they've sacrificed themselves to the greater good of knowledge, of almost like a deeper knowledge. And now it's almost like the Hierophant is like a marriage card, so they're always married to the idea of knowing, of experience, of who they are, and this is maybe their weakness as well, because maybe they are unable to see any other mindset. Although it gives them great knowledge, it gives them great knowledge in the area that they're specific in. So there could be, this they could feel like it's what they're going through is a deep union, of sacrifice, of but it creates its value. So maybe for some people it may see them as something they wouldn't go near with the earthworm, but for some, it's a greater union, and this is what they lead their faith in. It's almost like they lead with faith. They're so content in leading with faith. It almost creates value for them, they feel. Temperance again, oh my gosh. Wow. So again, this person is deeply spiritual in their beliefs. It has a really, really deep understanding of the things that they've gone through. They completely see the world in a way that a lot of people won't see, and this could be the good and bad, their strength and the weakness, because it's almost like they have to find their tribe. With the Three of Pentacles here, so some people may see them as almost like the sheep in wolf's clothing, but some people can see the value of this person, this personality, because they see them as wise, and they see them as a person who's gone through unique experiences. And although these experiences have been have gone into depths, is something that can connect with so many. So it's almost as though their ability, their personality, it strikes a chord with a lot of people with this Temperance card here. Okay, and let's see what they've been through. This card's gonna play with me today. This is what they've been through: breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. It's the Axe. So this speaks to the dark space that they've been in, and they've had this almost ethereal educational experience about what life really means. When the Temperance is coming out twice, it really speaks to wisdom in the ethereal world, things that we don't associate with on a day-to-day basis. This is the deeper recesses of emotion and mindset. And so they've gone through patterns. They've gone through this understanding that certain patterns have to be broken. Maybe they've had to go through this almost containing space. Abandonment here, it shows that they've felt like the world has left them in some way, or they've had to leave the world in some way, and that it shows in their new experiences and their new mindset. Camera, reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, make memories. Again, this is another card that relates to the layers in life, the spaces that they've gone through, and in understanding this personality is highly recommended, because getting to know the things that they've been through, not necessarily having to speak about it, but listening is such a good thing here, because listening, it helps you to be a part of the memory that was, and so it's almost like it helps change the pattern of the way it feels. By expressing the things that we've been through, we can change the way it feels. We can denote what new feeling we can associate with these old memories, and change the meaning of them. So if something's been dark, it can become a lighter perspective, because we acknowledge it and we've changed it. We made a new memory out of it. This is what this person has experienced. Cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So again, this speaks to the pattern. And this speaks to the process that they've gone through over and over again. They've gone through this deep analysing of what is their pace and their positioning in patterns, in the repeating cycles that keep coming up to greet them. So they've gone through this over the Temperance as well, especially. They've gone through this almost reckoning. They've had to really decide how to change, how to stop believing in the conditioning of their own mindset, and having to look at events of the past in a different way. How do they sit in the mind? Okay, let's have a look at how they feel about you. Raise your vibration. Oof. Is this what they want from you? This goes back to what the mirroring aspect of what they want. It's almost as